Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to some towns. This game was recently released on Steam, and I just literally 10 minutes ago got it working with DX Story again. I'm not sure why, but for some reason Steam decided to not run it through the average Java path, and my DX Story would not recognize that it was using the proper version of OpenGL. So, that's that, and as you can see, I got a pretty good map after I generated this. I went through about maybe 5 maps to generate this, this one. The frogs are down here, which is good, and there's a lot of trees and whatnot over in this area, and there's a lot of open area up here, and it's decently flat. Got a few things to mine down, but that's good because it'll give me some wood, and there's also coal here, which I actually didn't notice. For those of you who are not familiar, this game was released on Greenlight a while back, and it only recently got put on Steam because of the fact that Valve, or Steam, does not like betas being on their systems, I suppose, because they don't want people investing in a game where they might not actually get it, because then that would just make people upset, and I totally agree, even though it is a risk, but when you're purchasing a beta, but whatever. People don't understand that sometimes, so I'm going to just destroy this carnivorous plant. So I don't know really what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to like kind of make it a little bit of a tutorial type thing, because a lot of people are getting interested in towns now. So when you're generating a map, generally you would want to try to get the frogs down in a corner, or even up in a corner. It really doesn't matter, just generally away from the center of the map, because if they're in the center, then it's kind of hard for you to be able to maneuver around the map. So down here, this is perfect for me. If they were a little more in the corner, that'd be nice, but and it doesn't seem as if there's really too much around them. The only thing that I might need from them is the gravel. Apparently there's water there. I don't know how that got there, but oh, there's water all over the place. That's weird. Whatever. And it doesn't look like there's anything around them that I would need. Maybe this gravel, but that's probably it. Oh, that's cool. I like how it goes down. Yeah, that's probably going to be the only thing that I'd ever need, but I'm pretty sure there's gravel around other places. And the river is splitting us apart as well, and even though there is mountains to traverse over. But it'll be good. It's all good. So my townies are going to be, let me just hit the R key, or the E key, and they're going to be right here. I'm going to have them build around here because this is the flattest area. Let me just clear out some things that I'm not going to need right now, such as these mushroom bushes. And I believe I'm recording at 1080, and if there is any frame drop, I do apologize, but this game isn't like stellar frame rate, and it's all based on turns, so things pretty much just move. There's not that much animation for things, except for the birds, but that's pretty much it. So this coal here, this 4 coal right here, this is going to be very useful for me. So I'm going to start tearing down the forest. So generally what I like to do is have this bar down here permanently up, because it's kind of nice. And also let me disable mouse scroll. Let me just, because I don't like that. Also another few things for settings. Autosave, I would suggest having that on. Seizures should probably set on normal if you want to be a bit more of a challenge. Then nothing. I mean, you could turn it off, but I really like to make it, it makes it a little more interesting. Pause the game when seizures start. I would suggest doing that, even though sometimes you don't notice it, but you should notice if the game pauses by itself. And newly default stockpiles containers have all items disabled. Leave that on, because you don't want your citizens going down and getting rare earth metals down from the bottom of the dungeon layers and then getting killed by all of the monsters in the dungeon. And that's pretty much it for that. And I like to turn off the music because the music is just one continuous loop and it's kind of annoying. So I'll leave it off. And back to the menus, I like having this menu up as well. So another thing that's I apologize for any background noise, by the way, but a little construction going on in my household, and can't really do much about it. So stock panel, this is another very important window that you're going to want to familiarize yourself with very quickly. Raw food, very important. You want to make sure you have a bunch of wheat and a bunch of flour. Everything else isn't as important in the beginning. Food, bread, main food source. Apple trees, I like making an apple tree farm because apple pies are simple to make. And that's pretty much it. And then weapons, those aren't that important right now. Nor are armors. Utilities, not too much either. So generally it's just you're going to want to make sure you know where things in materials are and things in raw food and food. So another few things before I actually get started. I have installed, I believe, 2 mods. One of them is going to be the Baker's Mill, and this gets rid of the crappy mills that would normally be in the buildings menu, because they suck. They really do. They automatically just throw up flour at you, and it's very, very annoying because you have a lot of flour and you don't want to do anything with it because you can't, because you have so much bread already. So I'd suggest getting that mod. I'll put a link in the description for that, and the other mod is going to be in the same place under utilities. It's going to be a quarry. I've never actually used this mod before, but it shouldn't be too difficult to familiarize myself with pretty easily. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll put a link to the description of that, and I'll put a link to the mod loader as well. It should all kind of be in one thread, because I'm pretty sure the guy that made them is kind of like either made the other mods or knows the people that made the other mods. It's kind of interesting, like, not knows, but they kind of all have been in touch. So yeah, those are pretty much the only 2 things, and that's because quarrying, getting stone can be kind of a pain sometimes, but it's not too big of a deal. So let's start. Let's actually start now. I'm not sure. I'm just going to end up cutting this video at points, and I'm just going to film for as long as I can. I'm probably going to be filming for about an hour right now, as it is. So I'm going to chop down all of these trees because there's no fruit trees or anything in this area. And I'm going to also harvest all of this wheat. These bushes I'm going to leave. Let me harvest that. So one thing you might notice when playing this game is that if you don't hold down the shift button when you have a tool selected, it'll go away and you have to come back down and click it again. Just hold the shift button. It's a lot easier. Yeah, just 2 little tips allow you to play better. Harvest that. So I'm going to try to get as much wheat as possible without going too far away from where I am. Well, that's a nice little hill there. I might use that at some point for whatever. I don't know. Okay. There's a little bit of wheat back here. And let's see. Are there any apple trees? I saw one right here. Harvest that. Is that actually being harvested? Hotkeys aren't working. Maybe it's just... Oh, it's because I'm not on the right layer. That would be why. T. Nope. Z. There we go. No, that isn't being harvested. I wonder why. Okay. So. I'll harvest these. So, harvest those. I don't want pears yet. I don't really need them. I don't think there is a pear pie. Let's see, the frogs are down there. I'll harvest these while I'm closer to them. These will get harvested before the trees get chopped down that I've planted out, or that I've planned out for my townies to chop down. Alright, and get those. I don't think I got that one. Okay, there we go. So, let's see, what else do I want them to do? I also want to flatten this area out a tiny bit more. There's not too much to be flattened out, but it'd be nice to get some of this stone as well. Alright, I think that's really it. Well, a lot of this is nice and flat, which is nice. Let me get rid of that, because I don't want carnivorous plants, and I will mine these out right here. Mine that, and get rid of a few of these pieces as well, just for a little bit of extra stone. I'm sure I'll end up putting a quarry down somewhere if I can figure out actually how to use that mod. So, we'll hit play. And they're going to probably go harvest first. Hopefully we don't run too many tree keepers, that is. So, alrighty.